The future of Spain and Real Madrid's defense is here. Dean Huijsen, bienvenido! I remember I told you after this season ended that we were in for a defensive revolution during this summer window. And he's the player that's going to spearhead that, because we have just signed one of the best young defenders in the world. Absolute baller. Was at Bournemouth for one season. Played so well. Had all these Premier League teams fiending to sign him. A Bournemouth defender starting for Spain's national team. Benched Cubarsí during the Nations League final and in the semis. Cubarsí was on the bench. He was cutting up oranges. He was getting the water nice and cold for my center back. A Bournemouth center back benching a Barcelona center back for the Spanish national team. Do you not understand how much of a baller you have to be to do that? 20 years old, 6'5", modern day center back, very good aerially, can defend in 1v1 situations at a very high level, has a good understanding of the game, is in the right place at the right time, and he covers his defensive areas very well. Can also carry the ball from that back line and into the midfield. His ball playing, his passing ability. He is one of those center backs who can ping a 20-30 yard pass and find a runner. The sky is the limit for this guy. And we got this deal wrapped up really quickly. Premier League teams like Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle, they all were chasing him for months. Real Madrid entered the conversation on a Monday. The deal got wrapped up by Thursday. It's just the pull that we have. And when you look at our center back options, it's not looking good, bruv. I'm going to be real. Because Rudiger is coming off of a pretty mediocre season, and he's now dealing with an injury. David Alaba is washed, and the guy can't stay fit. Eder Militao is coming off of another torn ACL. He's cooked. So aside from Raul Asensio, our future in the defense wasn't looking too bright. And that's why I was confident that we were going to make signings. And I'm glad that this was the player that we went out there and got. Now, we all know we activated his release clause, and we're going to pay it in, I believe, either 2 or 3 installments. But what we're going to do this video is react to his press conference, because he has been unveiled. He has been announced as a Real Madrid player. He signed his deal. He had his press conference. He even took pictures in the new kit. We're going to look at all of that. So I want you guys to get in the comment section and let me know what you think about Dean Huijsen. We're going to break down his press conference just like we did Xabi Alonso's. We're going to dissect every little thing that he says. It's going to look like an episode of Narcos. You're going to think that the Sinaloa cartel is in the building the way that we're about to go through this, like a kilo of cocaine. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and get in the comment section. Let me know what you're saying about my new center back, Dean Huijsen. Let's get it. What a summer window Real Madrid are having so far. We've already signed 3 players, and we're gonna bring more in after the Club World Cup. We've got Dean Huijsen, and we're about to get into his press conference. Next is gonna be Trent, who's getting unveiled later. And we've signed Franco, the Argentinian wonder kid from River Plate. But he's not going to be available for the Club World Cup because he will be playing it with that team. He'll join us after. But look, Dean Huijsen, I think he fits the profile of what Madrid are looking for. I think he's a complete center back, and he also is Spanish as well. We know that Real Madrid want to get some of their players back into that Spanish national team. A lot of people, they criticize us for having a lot of French players, Brazilians, and other nations, and they're saying, well, how come Real Madrid don't have any Spanish players? So I think that we are trying to do that, which is why we've brought in Dean Huijsen alongside the other qualities that he has. I think that's another reason why we've been chasing Alvaro Correas as well. But look, I'm super excited about this deal because I think he is going to be one of the best defenders in the world come next season. I have very high expectations for this player. And Xabi Alonso has been backed fully. Like Carlo Ancelotti couldn't have dreamed being backed like this. I have very, very high expectations for what we do next season. I expect us to win minimum 2 trophies. I expect our defense to look a lot better. Having Dean, Asensio, and Rudiger. I'm not really counting on Alaba and Militao because I think one of them needs to be sold this summer. I think we should be looking at bringing in another center back because we've seen the injuries that we've had. But yeah, let's get into it. Like I said, it's about to look like an episode of Narcos. It's about to look like the Sinaloa cartel is doing this video because we're going to dissect this. We're going to chop it up and we're going to break it down like a kilo of cocaine. So let's just get straight into it. Now, the first quote that they've put up there, which is bolded as the statement, is Huijsen saying that it's the best day of his life. It's a dream to be here. I felt that. It would be a dream to play for Real Madrid. I would pay the club money if I could put on a kit and play, even in a preseason game, for 30 seconds. Like, I would do a lot to play for Real Madrid. I think everybody that's watching this, it's their dream to do that. But unfortunately, it's just not a reality that 99.9999% of people are ever going to get to experience. But maybe in the next life, right, chat? Let's get into the questions that they asked him and the answers that he gave. Very interested to see what Dean has to say, my center back. So the first thing that was brought up was his talks with Xabi Alonso. He says, we talked a little about what he expects from me. I think it's going to be a great few years. You know what? This guy is just a very chill center back, okay? He's not a man of many words. Was really brief here with this first answer. And I wish that I was able to play the video of his presentation. But as we saw the other day when I tried to play the Real Madrid training session on stream, they copyright me, right? They gave me a notice that don't do that again or else I won't be able to monetize the video. You feel me? So we're not going to even look at any videos for this on stream. We'll just read the questions and read the answers. It's all good. Next question is, what can you bring to this team? He says, I think I fit in very well with the style of football Xabi wants to play. I'm going to try to contribute as much as I can, and I'll be delighted to help. I agree, because the way that Xabi Alonso wants to play is very possession-based, and Dean Huijsen is a center back that's very good on the ball, right? Alongside his defensive qualities, like I brought up earlier, he's very good with ball progression and his passing. So it fits exactly the possession-based attacking style of football that Xabi Alonso wants to do, because we're going to be doing a lot of building up from the back. So Dean Huijsen's going to be in that first phase of the attack, technically, right? Next, it goes on to say, what you experienced in the last 6 months. Yeah, Dean's had a very fast rise to the top. I remember the guy was in Italy. I think he was at Juve or Roma, one of those. I think he's actually at both of those clubs. And they absolutely fumbled his development because they can both use a player of his qualities. But he ends up going to Bournemouth, and he ends up performing at a very high level, one of the best defenders in the Premier League, scoring headers, being very good in his defensive 1v1s, and just being an impactful player for Bournemouth, because Bournemouth surprised a lot of people. So yeah, his rise from being an unknown player coming from Juve or Roma or just Italy period, to then going to Bournemouth, to then forcing his way into the Spain 11 and then getting a move to Real Madrid all in the span of 12 months is crazy. But he says, making my debut for my country is also a dream come true. Apart from that, I've signed for the best club there is. What I'm experiencing is a dream. I know that he didn't sleep the whole night before. You guys know, like, the first day of school when you're super excited about going back and you got your outfit laid out on your bed. You can't go to sleep. You got butterflies. I know that that's what it's like the day before these presentations. 100%. Keep it going. So they asked him about his ambition. Says, I think I've shown that I'm ready. I'm here to help and to win titles. I want to win everything as a player. I'm very ambitious. I like that because that's the expectations. You're coming to Real Madrid off the back of one of our most humiliating seasons. Getting slapped up by Barcelona. Losing in 2 cup finals to them. Getting embarrassed against Arsenal in the quarterfinals. Yes, next season we expect to be a lot more successful. I like this answer. What is Huijsen like? I'm pretty calm. I live my life doing what I love. I give everything. I try to be humble and work as hard as I can. I like this. They asked him about Sergio Ramos. Yeah, look, we all know that Sergio Ramos is his idol. He said this many times. This is a player that he looks up to, and hopefully he can have the same kind of impact that Sergio Ramos did while he was at Real Madrid, because Ramos is an absolute legend, one of the best center backs that I've ever seen play. But he says, he sent me a message on the day my signing was made official. He's my biggest idol, the best center back in history. I admire everything about him. He's the most complete center back. My first fond memory is the final of the Decima when he scored in the last minute of added time. I was 9 years old. Let's see. His passing. You see, now look. See, they're asking him about his qualities. I actually do like some of these questions. So it go on to say, it's a quality I have apart from defending. I didn't learn it at any particular club. I've evolved and tried to improve it every day. On the rumors about his signing, he says, there was a lot of talk, but I was focused on playing football at Bournemouth and finishing the season strongly. Yeah, he's kind of brief. I like that. I don't want my players doing too much talking in these press conferences, right? You go out there, give your nice and short answers, and then you do your talking on the pitch. I like this so far. Mourinho's call to join Roma. He says, I was at a Christmas dinner with my family when Mourinho called. Now, why would Mourinho call on Christmas? Like, bruv, I'm opening up gifts. You over here trying to recruit me on Christmas Day. Nah, big up to Mourinho, one of the GOATs. He says, when he called, you have to listen. Of course, Mourinho, his resume speaks for itself. This is the special one that we're talking about. Of course, if Mourinho calls you, you 100% have to listen to what he has to say. He says he's one of the greatest in the history of football, and I'm very grateful to him. Yeah, so he went from Juve to Roma. But then I wonder why Roma just didn't keep him. Like, why did they sell him to Bournemouth? The figures involved in your transfer. He says, I don't really care. I don't think about that. I try to give my all and help the team in any way I can. See, that's a good mindset to have because a lot of people are going to judge you based off of how much you cost. Like, the more expensive a signing is, the more expectations people have for you. So a player does not control the price that he goes for. So I don't like when players try to focus too much on their price tag. Brother, just go out there and play your game. And that will justify whatever price the team paid for you. What do you need to work on? Ooh, this is a good question. He says, everything can be improved, and that's what I work on every day. Congratulations from his new teammates. He says a couple of them sent me messages. I think it's a good team with great people. I want to get to know them soon. Like that. He also says, will he be able to handle the pressure? He says, you'll see me play. I'm pretty calm. I'm doing what I love and living a dream. Yo, he's answering these questions really well. Okay. On Julian Arroyo, his former teammate at Bournemouth. Oh, yeah, Julian, doesn't he play for Barca? Or he was signed by Barca. He doesn't really get that many minutes, so I don't think it's significant. But, yeah, I mean, shit, the Bournemouth to La Liga Giants connection is definitely there. Says he's a good friend of mine. We've spoken and had a good time together. Next question. Says, you are now part of the great Real Madrid family. Today is a very special day for you and your family. Your dream of becoming a Real Madrid player has come true. Everyone at the club welcomes you and wishes you all the best in this new adventure. You are now part of the great Real Madrid family. Yo, I wish I was a part of the Real Madrid family. You know what? Everybody that's watching, we're all a part of the Real Madrid family, right? Come on. But now that we've got through this press conference, I do want to look on social media and just see like what they've dropped in terms of for his announcement with like the pictures or videos. I've tried to avoid looking at all of this so I can just react to it live with you guys. So we're on Real Madrid's Twitter page, and I want to scroll down just really quickly because I don't want to see anything that they may have dropped. I want to be surprised and react to it genuinely without already knowing what to expect. So I think this is the first post that was made today for him. And this is a Real Madrid tradition, bro. Like, if we don't see you in front of this blue wall with these things attached to your body for your medical, then did you really sign for the club? I feel like they've been doing the medicals at this place since I first started watching us, since I first started paying attention. Go check the archives. Everybody is in front of this blue wall. It's actually crazy. But, okay, so we got the first pic of him. This is some training stuff. Him with Florentino Perez. Yo, guys, Dean is tall as shit, bro. This guy is 6'5". Like, that is ridiculous height. This guy makes Florentino Perez look like a midget next to him. And I see that he's wearing number 24. The last player to wear number 24 was Arda, if I'm not mistaken. And I know that at Madrid, right, in La Liga, you can't go over the number 25. And I think Trent is going to get number 12. That's just what I'm predicting. So 24 might have been, yeah, one of like the few numbers available. So, okay, I don't really mind it. I think he'll definitely get a better number once either Alaba or Militao leaves the club. But, yeah, look at how tall he is next to Perez, bro. Okay, signing his contract. Welcome, Huijsen. And then Perez gives him, is that like a replica of the Bernabéu? Okay. Okay, now we got a video here. It's showing his kit. By the way, our kits for next season are fire. All three of them, right? Like, I expect to win trophies. These are the kind of kits that it just breeds success. Yeah, fire. But what I don't like about the kit, this home one more so, because we don't know what the font's going to look like on the other ones. I don't like the font. Like, I think, like, the numbers look a little bit weird. Like, look at Mbappe's font, right? Like, the number 9 looks hella weird. But, you know, it is what it is. Keep it going. Ooh, look at Dean and Xabi Alonso. They don't even know what they're about to do together. History's about to be made. Xabi Alonso is going to go down as one of the best managers in Real Madrid history. I'm making that prediction from now. I have very high expectations. I think Xabi Alonso is going to revolutionize the way that people view Real Madrid. He's going to be able to have tactics, in-game management. It's no longer going to just be the power of friendship, individual brilliance. My manager. I'm telling you, Xabi Alonso will be the manager that gets Real Madrid their first ever official treble. You heard it here first. Okay, they dropped the video of Dean as this is Dean as a kid. He has hella pictures of him in a Madrid kit when he was younger. So he definitely grew up as a Madrid fan. Yeah, I'm going to have my kid just take pictures in Madrid kits just in case, right? Because Project Mbappe will be underway when my son is born. I don't know when that will be. But, yeah, I'm going to make sure that I snap a few pics of him in the kit so that when Real Madrid sign and announce him, we can drop these pics on the timeline. Yes, sir. Kissing the badge. Yo, when Trent does this during his unveiling, yo, Liverpool Twitter is going to explode. It's going to be on fire. Yeah, I'm going to be real. The chill guy celebration in 2025, Dean, we're going to have to upgrade that, bro. I don't really care for it too much. But, hey, look, as long as you dropping good performances week in, week out, you can do whatever you want, broski. It's all good. So, she has a quote here. Some more pics from training. Yeah, number 24. Yeah, now look, good first number. Again, I just think that it just looks like a little bit weird. Like, just the font on the numbers. Like, that's all. Yeah, bro, look, just a chill center back. My GOAT, Xabi Alonso, okay. Dean doing some kick-ups. Certain center backs can't do this, by the way. Look how comfortable he looks on the ball. My guy don't even look like he's trying too hard, bro. Ooh, what's he saying? Let me hear.
A la Madrid. Hola madridista. Qué ganas de veros en Estados Unidos para el Mundial de Clubes. A la Madrid. Hola madridista.
Yeah, you know, I don't speak Spanish. I can understand a little bit of it, but I have no idea what he's just said. Probably brought up that he's excited to be at the club, yada yada. Okay. Some footage from training. And then Dean again. Let's see what he says. Oh, nah. So you're going to have to mute that. Gonna have to mute that for they send the copyright bots. And yeah, I'd be cooked. Now I'm very excited. Like, I'm excited for all our transfers. But Dean is up there for maybe the one that I'm excited about the most. Because his potential is so high. And we haven't even seen the best of him yet. Whereas with Trent, we kind of already know what we're going to be getting with him, right? Maybe Trent can go up another level, but we all know Trent's world class. We all know what he's going to be giving us. When it comes to, like, Dean, when it also comes to Franco, the sky's the limit. So we reacted to Dean coming to Real Madrid, his press conference, and his introductory steps at the club. I want to know what you guys think about us signing him. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and get in the Discord. The link is pinned down below. Holla Madrid!